morning, everyone. My name is Amy, the Z-Preneur Woman, and welcome to a little daily vlog. Oh dear. Today, it's a Tuesday. It is the 11th of October. And I'm just working today. I'm sorry, just work. So today I have work to do for 3 different clients, which is fine. Like, I've set up articles and everything like that, so like those should be a pretty easy thing to accomplish. But the main thing that I want to get done today is I want to go to the library. I officially have 2 books left, 2 on my physical TBR that I haven't read. So I decided, you know what, it is quite time for a library visit, and I'm going to be going to a library that I used to live right next to and I never went to because I was in such a bad reading slump. So yeah, I'm going to go there. We're going to have a look what they have. It's probably a lot of backlist stuff because this is a South African library we're talking about. But yeah, we're going to do that a little bit later. Right now, it's coffee time. You know, I entered that belly first. Oh goodness, I'm going to cuddle you now, you good boy. I give him puppy cuddles every morning. He's waiting. One of the things I really can't wait for is when I finish my crochet blanket and I can put it over this couch. Because this couch is ugly, and like one day I will buy myself, like I've got a little savings fund for a new couch. And I'm going to be chuffed with myself when I manage to buy it for myself. Like, that'd be very cool, but that is definitely in the future. So, blanket it is. But I'm crocheting as fast as I can, okay? I crochet every single day. Blankets are just really big. But luckily, making granny squares, super satisfying. So last night I finished my book, which is perfectly on time because obviously I was planning to go to the library today. But it means that I don't have a book to read this morning, and we can't have that because that is how I start off every day, and I'm autistic and I need my routine. So I'm going to do what I do very often, like at least once a year, and delve into my Jacqueline Wilson shelf. Actually, let me show you that. I think I've ever taken you to this shelf before, but this is not all of Jacqueline Wilson's books. Obviously, she's written shitloads of them, but I used to get, like, the hardcovers, I definitely used to get as like Christmas presents and stuff. But there's even some more like tatty paperbacks down there. But I absolutely love Jacqueline Wilson. She's an absolutely incredible writer, and I found out very recently that she is a lesbian, which is fucking amazing. She's been living with her partner for 10 years, and I'm like, yes, yes, old lesbians. So I am going to be reading Cookie. I know that I've only read this one once, and most of them I've read more than once. This one I've only read once. All I can remember, oh no, that's not, oh no, I was thinking of the wrong thing. I was going to say this is the one where she eats chip butties with her dad, but which one? Maybe that's not the one. We shall see. See, that you can tell I haven't read this. You can tell I haven't read this more than once, which most of them I have. And it's just a gorgeous naked hardback, like absolutely stunning. And I see the cover of this book all the time because it came in a tin when I got it, and it's where I keep my bookmarks. So it's very weird to hold hold the actual book. But yeah, I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to get to, oh no, then it's exercise time. Whenever I watch other booktubers vlog, I see like Reagan from Peru's Project. Like she'll show like, okay, here's my coffee, here's my lunch, here's my dinner, blah blah blah. And I always forget to do those things because this is my lunch like every day. Toasted tuna and cheese. It is my safe food. It is like, I'm autistic. Like I need safe foods, and toasted tuna, safe food, so good. So yeah, usually like when I was moving out of the house and I didn't have a toaster sandwich maker, my mom was telling my gran that I didn't have one, and my gran was like, what will she eat? Keep in mind I was about to go to chef school, so I can cook. It's just, yeah, lunches, very much toasted sandwich vibes, so that's why I don't really share it on vlogs. But I just thought while I'm sitting here watching Jarvis Johnson, I should tell you. Yeah, I have written my first article for the day, sent that off. I have one short little one that I don't need to research, which is really great. I can just pull things out of my little brain hole, which is excellent. And then it's library time. It's library time! Haha, got my bag. Big enough to fit books in. Oh, that's all I need. I'm ready to go. Stuck in traffic. I think it's school traffic. What's the time? 2:20. Yep, it's school traffic. I just wanted to say, since this is a day in the life that is mainly focused on books, that I am listening to The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. So it is a retelling of Carrie, but written by a black woman, and the main character is a black girl who has, basically by her father, she's been forced to pass as white because she's mixed, and her father is incredibly racist, so he has like made sure that under no circumstances does anybody find out that she's black, which is really hectic, because like in the original Carrie, the mom is really like religious and intense, and he is very religious and intense as well, but we've got like the added element of race on top of it. The main guy, the one that takes her to prom, because I'm not spoiling anything if you know the plots of Carrie, he's also black, and yeah, there's a lot to do with race in here, but it's obviously also like a bit paranormal because she has telekinetic powers, and I know it's going to end up really bloody and gross. I've never read Carrie, because like I've read the Stephen Kings that have sort of come across my my notice, like the ones that my siblings had, or like my aunt happened to have, or something like that, or some audiobooks, but like I really don't like the way that he writes women, and I find his endings to be lackluster. So I thought, but I have watched one of the movies, the one with Chloe Grace Moretz, the Carrie movie, so I thought let's try this one by Tiffany D. Jackson, because I want to read everything this author has ever written, because she's fucking incredible, and it's really compelling so far, like really compelling. It's freaky in like a paranormal kind of way, and I know the more like gory, horror-y part is coming, but it's also like really insidious, because of the blatant racism in like really blatant racism that's happening in this, and the way that racists justify themselves and try to make themselves the victims and things like that. So yeah, I think it's really hectic, and I'm enjoying it. Well, goddamn, that was a good haul. That was a good library trip. Oh my goodness. So library haul. It was so funny because I was thinking to myself last night, like, obviously, like South African libraries, we don't get new releases. Very rare that you find anything new there, like at least a decade old for sure. But that's fine. There's so much good backlist. There's so many different authors that have like lengthy backlists that I can go into. So one of the authors that I was thinking of was Maggie O'Farrell, and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I just waltzed in there and found Hamnet? And I knew it wouldn't happen, except it happened. I got fucking Hamnet at the library. Look how new it is. It is so new. I mean, compare that to this one, and this one's not even that old. This is a new book. They had like a new releases shelf, and I know this is not like new, but for our library, it is new. So I cannot wait to dive into this one. It's one of those books that I heard recommended like a million times, and I think all three of these books were recommended by Jen Campbell in some of her videos at some point. Me and Jen Campbell just work so well when it comes to recommendations, except if it's freaking Nikki French. I cannot stand Nikki French. But yeah, so Hamnet is a historical fiction. And it's one of those things where I heard the explanation, I decided that was something that I wanted to read, and then I forgot it. So I'm kind of going to go into that with exactly that. I know it has something to do, it's in Stratford-upon-Avon. Hamnet is a novel inspired by the son of a famous playwright. It is a story of one between twins and of a marriage put to the brink of grief. So, famous playwright, Hamnet, Shakespeare. Yeah, so I'm trying to go into this with as little as possible. This is probably going to be the one that I'm picking up first. Then I picked up one that I didn't expect to see there either, and that's Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi. I've heard amazing things about this book. I know it was up for a bunch of awards and things like that when it first came out. This cover, look how beautiful it is, holy moly. But this is a book that follows enslaved people. It's specifically got two sisters, Effia and Essie, one who was sold into slavery and one who is a slave trader's wife. And it says that it goes from the Gold Coast of Africa to Mississippi, Harlem, and it follows 3 continents and 7 generations. I love a book that follows multiple generations of a family, especially when they did and docked all over the world. And it's so surprising to me that it's got that many generations. It's only a 300-page book, so this is probably going to be quite fast-paced, but I am so keen to finally try this out because it's been talked about so much. And then the final one is an author that I've read from before. I can't remember what the name is. can't remember the name of the book that I've already read, but I know that I enjoyed it a hell of a lot. So I picked up The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. Also, look at this cover. Beautiful. So it's about this girl. This is also another historical fiction. It's about, they're all historical fiction. Well, I'm going to be reading some historical fiction for the next few weeks. So this is following, what is her name? Nella, who is 18, and she has turned up to this house, this fancy house in Amsterdam, and she is going to be the wife of this acclaimed man who has made a miniature of their house to give to her as a gift. And there's like a bunch of secrets and things to be uncovered. So yeah, I am super psyched about all of these. What a great day. And I only got to the G section and I already had 3. So the next time I need to start at G and keep going. Yeah, that was a really good turnout. I fucking love the library. Now, well, Hugo, you're eating your breakfast now while I'm talking. At 3 o'clock. Weird boy. So now I have my Smart Art article set up for the month. It's a really cute one. So I'm just going to set it up because I'm going to be writing it tomorrow. And be editing my crafty reads so that can go up tomorrow as well, because I filmed that on Saturday. But yeah, super psyched. I want to be really real with you because I am trying my best to unmask as much as possible in normal everyday life. I'm hoping one day my verbal tics might come out a little bit more around people like my family and things. But this isn't about a tic, this is about stimming. Because as we know, autistic. So I'm trying to let the stims come out as well, especially when I'm at home and I can be silly. So like I walk into my room and I see this pile of books because I'm keeping my library books by my bed and I'm reading Cookie. And now I see them every time I walk in my room. And then I stand in the doorway and I go, library books, library books, library books, library books. Because the dancing is a stim and it feels really nice. And repeating that over and over also sounds really nice. Library books, library books. And then obviously the stimming makes me happy. So every time I walk into my room and I see it, I'm like, yeah, little party all by myself. So good. Anyway, the next thing that I'm going to be doing, I've set up, oh my gosh, I'm writing an article that is just like the most wholesome, lovely thing. And I came up with the topic for it and I absolutely love it. So, okay, first thing I'm going to do is feed these animals because, Abigail, are you looking for food? Do you have hunger? Hugs, feed me, mom. But she gets quiet as soon as I put the camera on her. Freaking meowing her head off before. But yes, so I've done a load of washing. Good way to start the week. And now I'm tackling this cupboard, the dreaded cupboard underneath the sink. I like to sometimes in my cleaning schedule like slot in a day where I'll be cleaning specific things, so like cleaning out my cupboard and doing a good clear out, and cleaning like a cupboard like this that might get messy over time, and then it's not one of those things that like builds up and becomes bad. And I found that's like really good for my mental health, and working these into my day is also really good for my mental health. So I'm going to be cleaning that whilst I wait for some cauliflower to roast, because I'm going to make a creamy cauliflower pasta. Okay, that's as good as I can get the lighting. But just sitting on my pile of books, library books. I finished dinner. It was okay. I know how I think I would change the recipe, and there's a couple of ingredients that I would leave out. I think because this recipe is made for vegans, that's the thing, is I cook a lot of vegan and vegetarian meals, but some of the replacements I could just replace with the actual thing, if you know what I'm saying. So it's time to get into pajamas. I'm going to show you what type of pajamas I'm wearing. Oh, and by the way, I just wanted to tell you while I change this shirt. So as you can see, this is quite a gay shirt, right? Suicide Girls Blackout Burlesque shirt, and there's naked ladies on it. So one time I was getting a crit for my 3rd year History of Architecture project, and I forgot I was wearing this shirt. And I had this shirt when I thought I was straight, walking around with titties on my freaking chest. So I forgot that I had a crit that afternoon, and I went in for a crit with my old white man lecturer, and I had naked ladies on me. So I was just thinking about that today. Today's pajamas, a classic. And now every single evening, whatever, like since fucking forever at this point, it's time to crochet. So I crocheted this basket to fit all my projects in. I might want to make it a little bit bigger. I made my other one a little bit taller, and it is better. So I think I will do a couple more rows on that one, but I want to work on this. So this is my Daisy Granny Square blanket. So I've got the length of it, and now I'm just adding rows to it. So I don't even have 2 rows yet, but I am working on it, and it's very enjoyable, and I like it a lot. So I'm going to do that now.
14th and the 15th, that would count as essentially my sleep night, okay, for the airport. And for the airplane, it only logged 27-minute nap that I did. And so that's the only data that it shows on there is from a nap. And that's so little that it doesn't even show up on the graph. But I know that I...
Bedtime, and this is an every evening occurrence. Abigail. She's there. Abigail. Come inside, you little shit. So we have to go fetch her. Comes for hugs. Good girl. Come inside. No. Come here. Come here. Bite my toes. Shh. Nonsense. Alright. It's bedtime. It's been a good day. It was very productive. I got my work done so early. Great book haul. Oh my gosh. Good day. Good day. But I'm about to curl up with Cookie and just read and drift off to sleep. So if you did like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. And if you'd like to support my channel, my Kofi account is listed below for a little one-time tip. Much appreciated. Yeah, without further ado, so check you next time.